I bought this Angry Birds mystery box on Facebook Marketplace filled with random toys and products from over the years. But the twist is that every item is related only to the pigs. That's right, every single item. And almost all of them are still in their original packaging. So if you're a fan of the pigs, then this is the video for you. Let's see what's in this box. Now, I should be wearing a king pig costume, but I don't have one. Let's open this up. But before I do that, I might as well start with the two products that weren't in the box because they're too big. First up, we got this pig that you put in the ground outside and it just sits there. And then we have maybe the greatest thing of all time, this pig kite. I have not flown a kite in so many years, but if I was going to, it would definitely be this one. But now let's actually get to the box. First up, we have this king pig balloon. After all these years, it's still inflated, so that is great to see. Next up, we have something that I used to have when I was a kid, and that's these pig cups. You got king pig and then mustache pig. When I bring a girl over for a date, which trust me, it happens a lot, I'm not pulling out the fancy cups. It's gonna be these things. It's either you like it or you leave. This one's kind of cool. It's an Angry Birds wind chime. Of course, you got the pig at the top with a little TNT, and it can blow in the wind. So beautiful. Now we got a classic pig plush. How could you have a box full of pig merchandise without this? Unfortunately, it doesn't have the tag, but you can see from the side tag that it was made in 2010. I actually never had a regular pig plush before, so I can add this to the collection. But nothing will beat the mustache pig with a king crown. I have no idea what that was. Now here we have a funny one. This king pig bank. What a great display piece. I would put a coin in it, but I actually just don't have any. I'm broke. Now here's a pretty big one. We have a mustache pig backpack. You can see by the two straps back there, you put it on and then open the zipper and you can put stuff in it. Also, I gotta say, mustache pig is my favorite. I always like the design of the pig. We have this Angry Birds magnet. I love the design of this. It just has that classic feel, and it was made in 2010 by Commonwealth, which was the main company that made Angry Birds products. They made pretty much every plush, plus some other stuff like this magnet. Now we have this Angry Birds pig ball. I feel like I don't even need to point out that there's a pig on it because that's every product in here. This is about 2 minutes of fun and then you chuck it right in the trash. Now we have this weird game for Angry Birds. I never heard of this, and this was made in 2012. Here's a super small one, and it's an Angry Birds pencil topper. I'll use it on my finger. You can do like a little puppet show. Here's another small plush. I think it's like a keychain or something, and it smells like suntan lotion. Now we have one of my favorite things, an Angry Birds Christmas stocking. I feel like I always have a stocking, but this time it just happened to be in there. This was made by Commonwealth in 2012, and it's just a really small stocking. Now for the people that wear earrings and like Angry Birds, here's the product for you. We got a couple Angry Bird earrings with helmet pig, red bird, and then at the top it just says I heart Angry Birds. I might get my ears pierced just to wear these. Now we have one of my favorites, and that's this Angry Birds snap bracelet. I remember when these were popular, and the best part about these, if you don't know, is that you can do this. Slap it right on your wrist. Snap it on there. It doesn't get better than that. You want to see my bracelet? There you go. And speaking of snap bracelets, here's another one, but this one was never opened. You get the snap bracelet plus a keychain. And if you thought you could escape the snap bracelets, here's one more. This is just a regular king pig with a king pig keychain. Now here's a product that might actually be kind of rare, and that is Angry Birds Mash'ems. I talked about this a little bit in the last video, but these things are hard to come by. A lot of kids open them up right away back then, so to have them in the original packaging is not common. You get a pig and then a slingshot with it, and basically it's just a little squishy Angry Bird. Here's an Angry Birds Hot Wheel, and basically what you see is what you get. The car moves back and forth. We have an Angry Birds puzzle. It's mostly just the pigs, but you have the three main Angry Birds in the middle. This was made in 2012, and it's 100 pieces. You gotta love how this was purchased and just never opened. You would think that some of these would have been opened, but I guess not. Here's another Christmas related item. You have this pig with a Santa's beard and hat, and this was made by Commonwealth in 2012. I did not expect Commonwealth to make this. Now, if you ever need to write stuff down, make sure you buy these because you can do just that. You have two King Pig notebooks, but they're all blank, so don't worry, there's nothing secretive in these. Wait a minute, what's this one say? Subscribe? Here's another one of that classic packaging by Commonwealth, but it's a keychain this time. This was made in 2011. Now, this is a pretty unique idea. These are just rubber pencil toppers, but on the back, they kind of made it a mini game where you can collect a bunch and then build your own levels. That's a pretty good way of making kids want to buy more. Also, you gotta love how it says mystery topper, but you can clearly see what it is. Here's a random one. We got Angry Birds duct tape. Surprisingly, however, this one doesn't have a pig on it. This may be the only product that doesn't have it. This is unacceptable. I'm seeing stuff I never heard of before. We have an Angry Birds mini glass sculpture. It's just this little figurine of a pig inside this case. I guess they wanted these to be super collectible, but I don't think it ever catched on. Here's a really small one. We have an Angry Birds lip balm. Honestly, out of all the products, I'm glad this one was never used. I don't need somebody else's lips on this. Some of you might like this next one, and that's Angry Birds Silly Putty. You have the pig right here, but when you open it up, you have the putty inside. It's basically just putty that stretches really long. This seems to be a popular item. We have another keychain, and it's just a king pig. Literally nothing more to say than that. We have the world's smallest king pig frisbee. Not sure how far this thing can go, but let's try it out. Here it goes. Oh, it's actually pretty good. Now this might win the record for the smallest one, but we have this really tiny earring. Here we have some Angry Birds toothbrushes, and they were actually nice enough to give you a battery. Here's some Angry Birds pens. This one's open, this one's not. I wonder if it still works though. Yeah, it doesn't look like it works anymore. I always like these. We have some bracelets. This one says, I heart Angry Birds. And then you have chillin' like a villain. Let's get these on right now. I'm looking better already. Now we have, I'm guessing, an Angry Birds soda cover. You put this over a can so your hands don't get cold. I'm just showing all three of these now. We have some more keychains. This is just a simple king pig one. And then you have two of these helmet pigs. Here's another Commonwealth one. It's an Angry Birds lanyard. And honestly, I would almost use this, but I don't like opening them up. And it was made in 2010. Here we have another Angry Birds lip balm. But this one's actually been opened, and I will not be using this. Here we have an Angry Birds card game made in 2011, and this one's actually been opened, so you can take a look at all the cards and stuff. It also comes with these two pigs, and on the top it says, from the makers of Uno. That's kind of cool, I guess. Here's Angry Birds Space headphones. It was made in 2012, and on the back it says, works with iPhone, but it definitely doesn't anymore because they got rid of the headphone jack. After touching all these products, I'm gonna need this. We have Angry Birds hand sanitizer, and did you know it kills 99.99% of germs? Hey, but look, you get a free clip. So you can clip it right to your backpack. How thoughtful. Here's some more Angry Birds lip balm, but this time you got a couple more of the characters. And thankfully this time it wasn't used. Here's a really tiny one. We have an Angry Birds ring. When I propose, you know what I'm giving her. Here we got some necklaces. I actually had this exact one. And on the back there's numbers so you can collect them all. Now we have not one, not two, but three Angry Birds Christmas ornaments. They're all of the same thing and never been opened. These were made by Commonwealth in 2012. We're coming up to the last two. We have this pig bag, and it's definitely way bigger than that backpack. But at the same time, I would never want to use this because it's all fuzzy. So if you get anything on it, it's going to be all hard and weird. But with all of that, we finally reached the final product, and that's the Angry Birds Bop Bag. This was made by Commonwealth in 2012, and I gotta blow this up. Here we go. Boom! Maybe I punched it too hard. Hope you enjoyed. If you want to see me open more Angry Birds products, watch this video right here. Make sure to subscribe, and I am now selling merch. Click the link in the description to get yours today.